It is finally here. The 1.4 is 1.4, right? 4.1 patch notes. They're finally released, and they're releasing on the 26th, which as of recording this video is tomorrow, which is the day that it releases. Cool. Anyways, patch notes are going to be happening later today. I'm just going to run through these. Actually, it seems pretty small from what I noticed. Patch notes aren't anything too big, I think. First off, the weapon changes for aerospray. It says reduce the amount of ink consumed by approximately 9%. Okay. Basically just increased ink efficiency. Not bad. Splatter shots have received a change where reduce the scatter of shots while on land by approximately 17%. What? On land? I'm assuming that just means it's more accurate. Okay. This also includes mid-air shot scatter, reduction from the intensifying action gear ability. The mid-air ink scatter will now be closer to the effect while shooting on land. Okay, so basically splatter shots, more accurate, not bad. End zaps and admin zaps have a thing where it says reduce scatter shots of while on land by percent. Okay, so they got the same treatment as splatter shot, it seems. Wait, but wouldn't that make splatter shot more akin, or not splatter shot, ends up more akin to like splash with its accuracy? That's weird. We're gonna have to see how it works in actual practice, but interesting. The splatter shot pros says increase the radius of the ink splatter at the point of impact by approximately 8%. So what? Oh, it's just increased ink radius when the shots land. Okay, that's not too bad. I can, yeah, that's not too bad. All buffs so far, and apparently they're all for shooters. That's weird. A little bunch got to change it where it says reduce scatter shots of mid-air. What? Reduce the scatter of shots mid-air by approximately 25%. Also made mid-air shot scatter reduction from the intensifying action gear ability easier to activate even with a smaller number of gear abilities. The mid-air ink scatter will now be closer to the effect while shooting on land. Okay, so this just means that you don't need to run as much intensifying action in order to get your mid-air ink scatter close to the on-land accuracy. That's not too bad. Dynamo. This says reduce the amount of time it takes for ink to begin recovering after a horizontal or vertical swing by about 1/6 of a second. Okay, so it's white ink frames, I think. Is it white ink? I forget what it's called. Seems like Dynamo has less of an effect now on those frames, so not too bad. Paintbrush says reduce the amount of ink consumed when swinging the brush by approximately 25%. Oh my god, that's actually really good because this thing really struggles with painting, to be honest. So reduce the amount of ink consumed when holding the ZR button to paint while moving ahead by approximately 20%. Okay, so ink consumption buffs 25%. That's actually a pretty big deal. Kutuber finally got a change. It says adjusted the display indicating the charge amount to make it easy to tell when it will exceed 100 damage dealt. So a better UI, I guess. Wait, are these all buffs? These are all buffs. I don't see a single nerf in here. Blah blah blah. Increase the radius of ink splatter at the point of impact and from ink spray approximately 10%. Okay, so another buff for blah blobber. Okay. Tri-stringer got a buff, I assume. It says increase the damage dealt to opponents by explosions of shots lodged in the terrain but from 20 to 30. It says increase the movement speed while charging and involve fully charged by approximately 30. Okay, that's actually pretty nice too. This actually will help me with my thermal ink builds. That's actually pretty nice. All right, moving on to sub weapons for sprinkler. It says extended the duration of the state where the ink is strongest immediately after impact by approximately 3 seconds. So it has a longer inking duration, or like longer strong state ink duration. Okay. Angle shooter, got it. Wow, another buff, really? Increase the damage dealt to opponents by direct hits from 35 to 40. At this point, they might as well just make it do 45. They've been buffing Angle Shooter with buffs and all these other stuff lately over the past few seasons, really. But I don't think they realize Angle Shooter sucks because not only does the damage, well, it's kind of good now. The damage is now good because it's 40, but like not only is the damage kind of mediocre, but the effect from Angle Shooter's tracking for a direct of all things, why would that have a shorter duration than point sensor and ink mine? That doesn't make any sense to me. That they need to buff that. They need to buff the duration of tracking, not the damage. Like the damage, you know, that's still nice, but like tracking duration would be so much better. Moving on to specials though, it says Trizuka, increase the damage dealt by explosions from 40 to 60. Oh, this is just in time for the new challenge, isn't it? Oh, that's gonna make it hell. Ink fact, increase the radius of the ink shot explosion by approximately 50% when the amount of the opponent's ink that was sucked up is at its minimum. Oh, okay, so ink fact buff, Trizuka buff. Increase the radius of the ink shot explosion by approximately 25% when the amount of the opponent's ink that was sucked up is at the maximum. So when it's at the minimum, the explosion has been buffed by 50%. When it's at the maximum, the explosion radius has been buffed by 25%. So overall, bigger radius for ink fact. That is actually kind of nice. I do enjoy that. Increase the amount of damage dealt to players caught in the explosion near decoy from 60 to 70 and increase the radius of that area by approximately 38%. Wow, 38%? with the 10-point damage buff? Wait, this actually should help to make chumps more threatening? Question mark? This actually should help. Especially for weapons like NZAP? Dude, that actually helps out a lot. That's kind of nice. It says increase the radius of the decoy explosion or area that deals 35 damage to approximately 20%. Okay, so damage buff, radius of that damage has been buffed, and they've increased the radius of the explosion that deals 35 damage, the minimum, I'd assume, by 20%. So overall, the damage, while it may cover the same amount of area, the damage is what got buffed. That's interesting. Wow. It says Inkjet decrease the radius of the explosion area that deals 50 damage by approximately 15%. No changes to the radius of the area that deals 30 damage. Okay, so I'm assuming that just means that Inkjet has to be a bit more accurate when it wants, when a player wants to reach 50 damage. I guess. I don't know. Even though I think is like Inkjet a one shot. I don't know. I'm assuming it just makes its area smaller. That's weird, but all right. Moving on to point for special changes. Flash Blaster Neo got a buff. Okay. Carbon Roller got a buff. Don't know if we needed it, but okay. Rapid Blaster Pro Deco got a nerf. Tri-Slosher Nouveau, nerf. That's kind of fair. That's kind of fair. Mini Splatling got a nerf. Don't really know if it needed it. It does have Stamp and Bubbler. I don't know if I really needed it. Now, Ballpoint from 200 to 210. Didn't this get changed from like 210 to 200 last season? I don't remember. Odd changes for weapons. That was really short, to be honest. Wow, it was really short patch notes this time around. Goddamn. It says changes the lobby. Made it possible to join the room even when a private battle is in progress if there is no spots available, or if there's a spot available. In this case, the new player will be able to participate starting with the next battle. Wow, okay, it's just private battle changes. Okay, is that really it? Wow, that's it. Well, I mean, not too bad on the changes. Everything aside from quite literally Inkjet, I can't even tell if this is buff or not, got a buff. There isn't a single thing in here that got a nerf outside of like the point for specials, but even then it's like a 10-point difference for only 3 weapons, or 4 weapons. 4 weapons, sorry. I don't know. I mean, my take on the patch notes, it's all right. They didn't buff Nautilus. They didn't really do anything too strong to Nautilus. They didn't touch it at all. Overall, not too bad on patch notes, I guess. But for now, hope you guys did enjoy. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, do all that fun generic YouTuber stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!